For this map, we wanted to give players a whole new experience. Before, it was maybe like a marathon, but I think for this one, just because the map's so small, instead of a marathon, this map is more like a 100-meter dash, non-stop action.
What is the map's identity? What are the big notes this map has to hit to be considered kind of awesome and unique?
How do we set up a smaller map that also has the same kind of intricacy that the other maps, two maps we have, Miramar and Orango?
My job is kind of coming up with a lot of fun locations I think players would enjoy visiting, and then kind of working with all these really talented individuals to bring it together. At the beginning, we knew we wanted a small map, we wanted it to play fast, and I seriously believe as long as it's fun, it can be in any location. So we had a few different ideas. We talked about Pacific Northwest, we talked about Southeast Asia, we talked about the Australian outback, and then we kind of jumped in a room with TS and the other stakeholders and had discussions of what would feel like the most fresh departure from Miramar.
We want to give our players a new experience every time we try a new map. And we already did Europe, and we did South America. So I guess the natural process was to continue and pick a spot that we haven't touched before, which was Southeast Asia.
We find an object, get a color card reference of it, and then we start taking photos. Typically 50 to 100 is a good range of photos. And then we feed those photos into reality capture, which is the program that converts all the photos, stitches them all together, and actually makes the point cloud that becomes the model.
From then on, we still have to touch it up because it's not perfect, and we still have to optimize it. And when that's done, we get the 3D asset and we put it in the game.
When we're putting this map together, we have these locations, and we were just kind of like spitballing, then resort came up. So we found, reference shots of abandoned resorts in Southeast Asia.
So we thought, God, let's just go there and shoot. We're going to Southeast Asia, we're jumping in a plane, and we're getting some cool stuff.
And our team from Seoul and Madison went to do that trip.
We wanted to find a location that had a good cross-section of everything that we needed. We found a good coastal location that also had mountains. The main focus of the trip was to get some in-person reference that we weren't really getting from just the internet, and that really paid off. We weren't really concerned about having perfect footage when we were done, or even stuff we could use in the game. We managed to get both.
We strongly feel that the art should follow the fun. So the first thing we do is we have a lot of talks about how this thing should play. Off the bat, we wanted to have something simple, fast. We focused on really simple architecture, really easy to navigate. And from there, we kind of spread towns around, and really we were looking for, is it fun before the art follows? It starts with the concept. We knew we wanted something that played fast. It should be accessible to new users. It should feel like a breath of fresh air after Miramar. So with those goals, we made some decisions up front to kind of limit most gameplay to first and second story buildings. So it's very simple, not too crazy. And from there, the design and our terrain artists make a really, really rough version of the map. We wanted it to be fast. We wanted it to be accessible. So that means getting to the fun stuff faster, right? I want to have rifles. I want to kick ass sooner. I want a hot drop. So really trying to make that first appetizing bite for PUBG for our audience was the goal right from the beginning.
What sets Sanhok apart from the other maps is more traversal ability for boats gameplay that we couldn't have before in other maps. Obviously, the smaller space leads to more chaos and more gameplay that players are looking for to test their gun skills. And just simpler design and overall, so it's much more easier for players to find each other, which will obviously lead to more unpredictable spaces where people can do things.
That was insane to get that first version of the map out and actually have the streamers respond to it. You're getting feedback sooner. You can fail fast. Right from the jump, we're hearing if people like what we're doing or if they don't. It's so early in development that if people aren't responding to layouts or towns or unique areas.
I'm really excited just to see how all the different types of players we have that haven't yet played the map yet, just to run around it and see what they see and what they think. I'm really looking forward to it.
The Korean design team, our designer here in Madison, that was their singular focus, was to make sure that if this is your first time playing PUBG, you're going to have a really good time and you're going to get to the action fast, and it's going to pump you full of adrenaline. You're going to want to come back and play it again.